very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Tawal Chandrana, and we are discussing a cyber law and ethics subject. Guys, on our previous lecture, we will completed a unit number 4. It is nothing but e-commerce businesses and its relevant issues. Guys, on our previous lecture, we are completed unit number 4 according to our syllabus, and we will discuss so many important points which is relevant and which is required to know about how the e-commerce will be work. In this particular unit, we will discuss some of the points like how the evolution of e-commerce will be there, what are the different types of payment, how electronic data interchange will be introducing in a market, and how they can helpful to grow your business in form of internet platform. So guys, on our previous lecture, we will done with all these concept which is defined by unit number 4, and we will learn so many things which is mandatory to require nowadays, because lots of things we will purchasing in an online platform, and there are the lots of issue will be there. So how we can solve out those issues, what are the different techniques we will notice on this previous all these units, as well as what are the different things which we are defined in this e-commerce business, how to convert our offline business into the electronic platform. So in all these concepts, we will discuss each and every terminology regarding e-commerce businesses and its different issues. Then we will discuss some different types of payment, and in form of different payments we will study there are the two different concepts in form of cardless payment and with card payments. So in the particular these points we will discuss different methods which we are really use on nowadays day-to-day life. So guys, it is the unit number 4 which we are completed on our previous lecture is e-businesses and its different issues. So I will just define a short introductions about unit number 4 before we will start with the unit number 5 or the today's lecture, because if you have any doubt regarding unit number 4, we will discuss more than 5 lecture on the unit number 4. So please go through all this lecture, and if you found any topic which you are not understanding, which we are discussing but you are not getting correctly, then please contact me. So guys, now onwards we will discuss a unit number 5 is nothing but a actual concept defined by the GTU is nothing but a cyber ethics. So guys, in this particular lecture we will specially focus on how a cyber law is work, what are the different ethics will be defined in concept of cyber, as well as what was the importance concept why we want to study this particular subject is nowadays. So it is the actual importance behind a cyber ethics, or we can say cyber laws. So in this particular unit we will discuss some of the points which is defined is known as the importance of cyber law. We will start with this today's lecture. Significances of cyber ethics, then need of cyber regulations and ethics, because lots of things now we will discuss in concept of e-market on the electronic media. Everything transactions will be performed through the internet, so we will know that what are the requirement of cyber regulations and ethics it's right now. Then we will discuss ethic in information societies, and later on we will discuss the introductions of AI. It is the latest technology now on IT industries. It is nothing but artificial intelligence ethics. So if someone who want to create some of the technology in concept of AI, then what are the different ethics will be defined by the IT governance. In concept of AI ethics, we will discuss ethical issues in AI and the core principles, and introductions to blockchain ethics. And blockchain, it is the current market requirement. If you are working as an IT industrial person, or we can say computer industrial person, then you're very known about what is a blockchain, what is the requirement of blockchain, and why the blockchain is the most important point or most important technology nowadays. So we will study later on these particular points, but as per the today's lecture we will discuss only one point of unit number 5 is nothing but the importance of cyber law. So without wasting time, I will give you some basic introductions about a cyber law, and then later on we will discuss what is the requirement of cyber law in nowadays, or we can say how a cyber law is important in our day-to-day life. So guys, I hope we will start a better performance in this particular unit because it is the most important concept behind this particular subject known as a cyber law and ethics. So we'll start with the today's lecture is nothing but the importance of cyber law. The computer generated world of internet is known as a cyberspace because we know that what is a cyberspace, whatever the activity done with the computer as well as on the internet, everything should be part of a cyberspace. And the law preventing this area known as a cyber law, and whatever the criteria, whatever the protocols, whatever the rules set according to the cyberspace, it is nothing but a cyber laws. And all the users of this space come under the ambit of this law as it carries as kind of worldwide jurisdictions because everything should be part of a single world wide web. So whatever the activity should be happen with the help of cyberspace, it should be come under the cyber law, and all the users will be come under the worldwide jurisdictions. Cyber law can also be described as that branch of law that deal with the legal issues related to use of inter-network information technology. In short, cyber law is the law governing computers and the internet because everything should be part under the cyberspace. So whatever the transactions, whatever the activity should be happen with help of computer and internet, it should be covered under the cyberspace. And whatever the activity with help of computer and internet, if some ethical issues will be there, then the load will be defined under the cyber law. The growth of electronic commerce, which we were discussing in unit number 4, has propelled the need for the vibrant and the effective regulatory mechanisms which would be further strengthen the legal infrastructures. So the crucials to the success of electronic commerces, because if some of the create some market which should be happen with the computer and internet, so there are the lots of issues should be there on concept of payment transactions issue, some legal issues, some fraud according to the products, according to the sales. Everything should be come under the particular law, and it should be defined by the IT governance, and it is the actual need behind of the cyber law. So all these governing mechanism and the legal structures come within the domain is nothing but a cyber law. So guys, it is the definitions which we are discussing in throughout this particular subject. What is a cyber law? So everything should be come under the computer and internet who can help to perform those kind of activity which should be take part on the internet as well as with the help of computer system. If some legal issues should be there with the according to the computer and the internet governance, then it should be come under the cyber laws. So it is nothing but the actual introductions behind a cyber law and the actual need of a cyber laws. Cyber law is the importance because it touch almost all this aspect of transactions and the activity and on innovating the internet, world wide web and the cyberspace, because everything should be come under this particular space. Every actions and reactions in a cyberspace has some legal and the cyber legals angles, because if someone introducing some law, then it is the important thing to define a particular law when they deal with each and every basic, minimum and the maximum possibility, and based on this minimum and the maximum possibility they will decide some of the laws or introducing some of the laws. So for that they want to see each and every legal and a cyber legals angles. According to the all this possibility for this legal dispute, then can define some of the law according to the cyberspace. Because if someone introducing some law on the concept of cyber law, then every technology will be upgraded, person will be used those latest technology, and according to the basic and the latest technology they can create a dispute according to those laws. So whenever anyone, any governments or any worldwide jurisdictions, if they can introducing any kind of law or introducing any kind of new concept behind a cyber law, then they must be refer each and every activity should be happen on a cyberspace, and then they can possible to create some of the law according to the cyber rules. Cybercrime is not defined in the Information Technology Act 2000 nor in the National Cyber Security Policy 2013. Guys, this is the important things which we need to remember in form of exam point of view. Cyber law, it is should be not defined in part of IT Act 2000 as well as NCS policy in 2013 nor in any of the regulations in India. So it should be a separate parts as per the definitions or as per this particular paragraph. Hence, to define a cybercrime, one can say it is just the combinations of crime and a computer. But guys, it is not a actual things behind a cyber law. In other words, any office or the crime in which a computer is used as a cyber crime. Yeah, I know that what is a cyber law is nothing but a actual constraint about the computer, but we can't say that only the computer should be a main entity behind a cyber laws or cyber crime, because if a human being will not operate the actual things of a computer system with illegal activity, then the cybercrime should not be there. So the mind behind those computer activity, it should be a human being itself. The IT Act defined a computer network, data, information and all other necessary ingredients, or we can say ingredients that form part of cyber crimes, because as we know that a cyber crime, it's not only the take part of use of computer but the use of computer in on negative ways, because computer have a technology we can use on positive sides as well as on negative sides. If we are using on positive way, it should be really helpful to reduce or day-to-day activity, you reduce your work, you can getting your result on a faster way. But if a human being will take a disadvantage or negative point of view of this particular technology, then cybercrime should be there. So all the things should be part of computers, computer networks, data and the informations about all necessary combinations. It should be part of a cybercrime, because everything should be combined with the help of activity. It should be happen in cyberspace, and according to the negative use of cyberspace, the cybercrime should be happen. In today's techno-savvy environment, the world is become more and more digitally sophisticated, and so are the crimes, because we know that if we consider or comparing only 10 years in 2000, we are doing a lots of transactions, but in form of after 2010 we will increase those kind of digital transactions more than 15% in concept of day-to-day activity. So every day we will use more and more technology, or we can say we are converting our life into the more digitizations form, and that's why the crime should be increased. Internet was initially developed as a research and the information sharing tool and was in the unregulated manners. As the time passed by, it's become a more transactional with e-businesses, e-commerce, e-governance and the e-procurements. Guys, whenever some technology will be introducing, it's only and only because of some new innovations requirement. So internet also is a one kind of technology which will be helpful to develop for the research and the information sharing purpose. But as per the advantageous point of view, internet is very helpful to introducing in particular different form like e-businesses, e-commerce, e-governance and e-procurements. So in each and every field now internet is the basic and mandatory things. All these legal issues related to internet crimes are dealt with through the cyber law, because everything should be part of a cyberspace as per the definitions. As the number of internet users or users is on the rise, the need for cyber law and the application has also gathered a great momentum, because if the increasing use of digitizations, there will always be come under the some new laws, and for that a jurisdiction will be defined a new basic law which is required as per the user's requirement, because every person are using a latest technology, And if you are using a latest technology, then the previous law will be not acceptable on this particular crimes. So if some of the new technology introduced in market, mandatory need to update your laws which is defined on previous things or on previous technology. In today's highly digitized world, almost everyone is affected by a cyber law. From morning to night, we will cover up with the digitization word, and for that we need to understand the actual use of cyber law. If as a people, as a digitalized technological people, if we not aware about this law, then it should be very difficult on our futures, because what are the crime should be happen with our system, with our mobile phone, or with our day-to-day activity through which we can cover up. If we are not getting a basic informations according how to solve those laws or solve this crime, then we can't use in a future of any kind of digitalized technology. So guys, as per my personal request, you need to understand the basic constraint, basic requirement against a cyber law, because nowadays we will upgrade our system, our life in cover of with a digitalized form. And for this, we need to understand some basic requirement about a cyber law and a cyber rules. So we live in a highly digitalized world. As per our discussion, all the companies depends on their computers network and keep their valuable data on electronic forms. Means everything should be come under the hard copy. All these companies should be converted your hard copy data into some soft copy environment. Government forms including income tax returns, companies law forms, etc. is now in filled in the electronic forms, because if your data in form of electronic data, and it should be it relevant with the basic comparisons with a hard copy, then it's always be getting a benefit compared with your harder bound data. So nowadays all these private sectors and government sector will be converted to store your basic informations, private informations, basic documents in form of electronic data. Consumers are increasingly use the credit card for the shopping. We know that what are the advantage and disadvantage to use or swipe your credit card or debit card on any of the shop. Most people are using emails, cell phone and the SMS message for the communications, for the notifications, for the day-to-day activity. We know that how the actual things will be introducing for some another points, and what are the actual use behind emails, cell phones and SMS. Even in the non-cybercrime case, important evidence is found in the computers and the cell phones, because we know that if we are going to see one of the show on a Sony television like a crime patrol, each and every crime will be solved under those kind of activity, cell phone activity, message communication, and one of the best way to solve your any of the case in concept of locations. So guys, if a non-cybercrime case will be solved out with the help of technology, then we need to understand all those technology will be covered in under the cyberspace. In case of divorce, murder, kidnapping, organized crime, territorial operators and counterfeiters currency etc, because everything should be come under in form of cyberspace, directly or indirectly. Since it's touch all this aspect of transactions and the activities on and concerning the internet, the world wide web and a cyberspace, therefore the cyber law is extremely important. Guys, I think now you know that what is the actual importance of cyber law, and if still you are not getting, then please read those above paragraph. Even in the non-cyber crime, important evidence is found in form of computer or in form of cell phones, and every newspaper have a more than 70% of crime should be case under the divorce, murder, kidnapping, organized crime, territorial operations or a counterfeit currency, and it should be take under the cyberspace. So the actual importance behind to understand a cyber law, it should be defined within a single paragraph. It allows employee to work safely, because we know that how a cyberspace will be helpful to use those technology if you are using on a positive notes. Within the help of cyber law, you and the employee of your companies haven't got any risk from the potential cyber attack. If your system become infected, then that can really hamper the productivity. Because if we can protect our system with the antiviruses, some backup system, then it should be take very helpful if our system will be infected with the antivirus, with the viruses, with hacking and lots of activity should be under the cyber law. It can protect your business because this is the one of the biggest factor because of which a cyber law is very important, because all these businesses now is converted into the offline business to the online business, and this particular pandemic situations COVID-19, 70% of business is already converted into the digital platform, and for that a security is must be required, and for that we need to understand the actual importance behind a cyber laws. It allows the employees to surf the internet as and when this required. You have to ensure that they can't at risk from the potential threats, and for that we need to implement SOMAN security like SSL certificate, some of the basic protocols like we want to purchase some domains like we will protect with our business sites in concept of HTTPS, and lots of things which should be defined under the cyber law. It protects the personal information of the users. That is actually a mandatory requirement nowadays, because every person who want to store his or her private data in some of the electronic market, as well, and with help of internet they can store his or her personal informations onto the cloud platform, through which we can access through which they can access its personal information anywhere from the world wide web. One of the most important factor in this digital world is keep to your personal information secret, and it is the actual things as an engineer we need to require. It is the very essentials for the customers that they are quite capable for selling this information, because we know that some of the third party applications or some of the third party website, if we are registered to on those particular platform, they can directly share your personal informations like your name, your email address and contact number to some of the sales activity, through which they can contact ourselves and they can provide some of the scheme. We are not directly communicate with those company who can sell some of the products, but we will introducing or register ourselves for some another purpose and they can sell our data. So it should be possible to misuse your informations if you are not understand about how to use a cyberspace. It protect a productivity also, because it is a actual requirement in now the business communications. There are the many viruses present which can slow down your personal computer, like we can discuss what are the different types of viruses like logic bomb, malwares, ransomware, and all these types of viruses would not damage your data, but they can damage your personal system like RAM or hard disk. So you cannot getting your actual response as per the actual times, or it is nothing but a productivity. It many often bring your personal business to a standstill, because if you are not getting the faster response from your websites from your personal computer, then user are not redirect your websites, because if you are getting your faster response or provide a faster response to your users, then and then a user will be use your websites, use your data and register his or herself into your websites. So productivity is mandatory requirement to boost up your business in a digitalized form. So guys, it is the thing which we are discussing on the prior lecture of unit number 5, cyber ethics, and I hope you are clear the actual requirement about a cyber law, or we can say cyber ethics. So that is today's first lecture of the importance of cyber law. I hope you are enjoyed. I hope you are clear whatever we will discuss in concept of cyber law, and I hope you are enjoying this particular lecture. Thank you so So